Alright. Welcome back to the channel. This is once again the Happy Penguin. And today we're going to be casting a game from round 4 of the Pinoy StarCraft Ladderista Tournament 2026. The first and only tournament of its kind itong 2026. And I believe most SC players in the Filipino community agrees or rather believes at least na ito yung one of the most active na, or rather anong pinagsasabi ko, ito lang only tournament existing as of 2026 para sa mga Pinoy. And yeah, so this is funded para sa mga curious by Filipino players themselves. So may mga kind hearts na nag-donate. At the same time, itong registration, pusa na lang yung mga tao na yung iba nag-sponsor para matuloy yung tournament kasi iba wala pang register. But yeah, anyway, yun, spawning here on the upper right side of the map, we have our Terran player erw23432. Pili ko yung username niya, ngayon ko lang naisip sabihin yung username na siguro dati wala, siguro gumawa lang siya account, then typing random stuff gusto na niya maglaro, and then ito yung lumabas na name, and then hanggang today ito na yung parang signature ID niya. Kasi ano rin eh, like if you see his account when you play against him, mayroong 1,000 games under his belt. So syempre, yun, ayaw niya sigurong masayang yung record niya. Meanwhile, on the lower right side of the map, we have our Protoss player, AseroPH. Alright. So looking very standard opener, hindi Nexus first. Ginawa ni Asero ang forbidden build na Nexus first. Well, when you say forbidden, hindi naman siya talaga forbidden, but rather, alam mo yan, sobrang powerful against Terran, lalo na pag hindi ba scout and lalo na kapag cross-spawn. Okay, so nagkasalubungan yung dalawang worker, and that's probably a clue. Their base is not on the upper left side of the map. Factory being started by erw. And meanwhile, Asero patapos na yung core. So he's gonna get range. Okay. Yeah, so wala pa namang ganap masyado. But yeah, gusto nang pasalamatan lahat ng nag-support sa Filipino StarCraft community, Filipino StarCraft in general. And sa channel na rin, umabot tayo ng over 50 subscribers. So malaking bagay sa akin yun. Thank you so much. Kasi honestly, hindi ko naman plinano mag-create ng mga gantong content. Hindi ko rin na plano na mag-cast, no? Until, you know, just some people in the community just trusted me na ikaw kaya mag-stream, ikaw kaya mag-cast. Then ginawa ko, then I decided, okay, why not tuloy-tuloy ko na, i-upload ko sa YouTube, then aralin ko konti, mag-OBS, stream, CapCut and all, and yeah, so meron tayong mga, at least, sabi ko proud ako, contributor ako for the Filipino StarCraft na, ng content. Kasi I just noticed wala masyadong gumagawa content sa Pinoy na active pa until today. Meron siguro ilan, hindi ko lang nakikita or hindi ko lang nasa-search. Pero yun wala tayong sariling atin, and hopefully what we're doing right now is para meron tayong sariling atin, yung proud to be Pinoy. Uy, this is a Pinoy channel, Pinoy StarCraft, yay. This yun ang goal. Anyway, alright, so kumakatok na ang mga dragoons ni Asero. Okay. Ito yung minsan nakaka-irrit, like naka-range ka na pero there's a specific angle kung saan tatamaan ka pa rin ng bunker. Even though Try mo sagad yung range. And muntik na pala ma-dense yung bunker. Pero buti na angkapan ni erw. Second gateway. Robotics, alright. And there's a tank, so it's gonna help push back those dragoons para hindi masyadong mangulit dito sa bunker. And look at that, erw laid mines sa mga possible third expansion ni Asero. Okay, so yeah, engineering bay being built para safety, baka mag-river or DT. Okay, third gateway just added, and okay, ito na, mag-move out erw. Dito actually nakalaban ko na si Asero, TVP, ako yung T. Talagang ano eh, never ako nakapag-move out na hindi ako nahuli. Like hindi ako na got wrecked. I mean, hindi ako nakalusot, kamo. Lagi akong wrecked. Mag-move out ako kay Asero. And I was hoping sana mag-move out si erw. Tignan ko how he manages it, pero siguro na-realize niya, okay, or rather bluff lang pala yun. So he can get more vultures out like what he's doing right now. But and probably good idea nga na feel siguro ni erw napakadami ng dragoons ni Asero. So it's not a good idea to move out. Makakilala rin niya yung playstyle ni Asero after all. Okay, 4 dragoons, 4 vultures sitting beside the mineral only base ni Asero. Okay, just standing sa mines. Pero palabas na rin ang observer. Asero, actually there's one out already heading towards erw space. Kuha siyang info kung mag-add ba siya ng gates, mag-expand ba siya, or mag-tech up. Yun na usually hinahanap ng Protoss. And actually, isang S-tier Protoss na pinafollow ko na si Quark, yung sabi niya, kapag nakita mo yung base ng Terran and hindi mo kailangan gumawa ng troops, huwag ka munang gumawa ng troops. So hanggat di mo kailangan gumawa ng troops, huwag kang gumawa ng troops. Yun yung medyo tricky until today pag iisip ko. So minsan hindi gumawa troops, so mamaya hindi ka talaga gumawa ng troops, then suddenly boom, na-push ka, timingan ka, then you were super greedy and all, and tada, punished, then talo. So yun ang reason bakit you really need to monitor with your observer kung anong ginagawa. Hanggat kaya mong ipasok sa loob ng base, check the factory count and what they're doing, do so. And of course, yun syempre, yung timing na observer mo, kailangan very optimized, na alam mo yung timing ng turret and all that stuff. Yeah, okay. So third base successfully established, and nag-add ng forge dito si Asero, so we should be seeing some cannons dito sa mga expansions at the very least. Okay, Citadel, and now researching speed. So Asero's gone up to 7 gates as of now, siguro mag-add pa siya. The vultures is still AFK on the lower left. Okay, scan has been used. Tingnan natin ano yung na-scan. Okay, na-scan yung gateway count, scan yung tech. So anong gagawin ni erw? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5 factories currently versus 7 gates. Parang malabong i-push to. Parang expand na lang dapat si erw, and mukhang yun ang gagawin ni erw. It's going to take a turn. So ganun din sa side ng Terran. When yung observer mo yung scan. So when you scan, makita mo yung gateways, yun din ang response mo. Mag-expand ka ba, mag-add ka ba factories and all that stuff. And may shuttle. Do you have any robotic support? Parang wala. None. Okay. But there's a shuttle. This is probably for Okay. So, I think yung ginawa ni Asero, nakarally dito yung observer. And then yung shuttle na punta doon. Yung itong shuttle na to, safety shuttle lang for drops na kailanganin for zealots later on. Okay, nag-add ulit the factory. So, this is a factory. Oh wait, hindi pala, joke. Starport, erw. This is for the upgrades perhaps. Yeah. And since naka-+1 na si erw, probably by the time this upgrade finishes, tapos na rin yung science facility, and makaka-+2 si erw. So, meanwhile, Asero is just macroing up, building up his army. Yung +1 weapons is still being researched. And ito na, 4th base being taken, 6 o'clock by Asero. And look, no, hindi siya nagpa-play greedy. He's just playing safe and expanding on time. Yun yung ginagawa ni Asero right now. Kasi yung ibang Protoss, they just, expand kahit konting gates, siguro 3 gate. Then expand sila agad 5 bases. And suddenly they die sa timing push ng Terran because they were too greedy. But there's merit to that. If mabagal yung Terran ng push, hindi niya na-capitalize, or maybe somehow na-contain mo yung Terran with your dragoons, hindi siya makalabas, hindi siya makakuha intel, then maybe makakalusot ka with that faster 5 Nexus. And then syempre, grabe yung advantage mo after that. Okay, second forge has been added para raw researching armor. And ito na, pa-arbiter tech na si Bossing Asero. Yeah, so ito talaga sa mga Pinoy, common talaga yung strategy niya, arbiter. At least sa mga Pinoy SE players. Kasi ako personally, kasi gumagamit na rin ng Protoss. Ay nako, ito para masa-stuck. I'm not liking this gateway over here. So, dapat dito na lang. Kasi may stuck yung dragon dito if mag-spawn siya dragon. Anyway, kasi meron yung shuttle style and arbiter style. For some reason, inasasabi ng mga Protoss na pinaghihiwalay nila na style na if shuttle style ka, okay, speed shuttle style, hindi ka arbiter. I mean, yeah, you combine both or eventually you switch to the other or from shuttle pupunta ka ng arbiter tech. But anyway, okay, move out attempt by erw right here. And he has a decent amount, no? So 182 supply versus 164. Kayang-kaya ng Terran army labanan ng Protoss army. Okay, slowly moving forward. Ano yung plano? How would erw push here? So look, tingnan yung ginagawa ni Asero. Sinisplit niya yung army. Ayaw niya galing lang sa one side. Because kung one side lang din mag-bind sa isang area, easily ubos yung troops mo. And yan na. Okay, look at that engage now, Asero. Look. He's trying to sandwich erw and attempting mind drag, and ito, shuttle will try to drop zealots on top of the tanks. Ako, yung tanks hindi ito ma-target. They're hitting the zealots on top of the tanks. Hindi na na-target yung mga dragoons, and now naubos na yung vultures. There are no mines. This entire army ng EW will get deleted. Naku po. Naku po. Pero buti may few reinforcements here. Yeah, then umatras na lang si Asero. Not wanting to risk it kasi may mga tanks din. And these are deadly. Lalo if you're only if you only have a few zealots, kailangan mo ng zealots to tank some shots para yung dragoons can deal some damage and actually help with killing spider mines and all that stuff. Yeah, so maybe mababust ni Asero to. There's a chance na with this army, kanina na kung tinuloy lang niya, maybe natapos na yung game right there. Pero there's also a chance na alam mo yun, may screw up sa micro, and baka yun ang ayaw i-risk ni Asero. By the way, 4th base already here pala. So while that push was happening, erw already took the 4th, so good job sa kanya. I think what was lacking in that clash ay yung mga spider mines. I think yun ang pinaka-kulang na factor. Kasi Ayun Spider Mines pa lang, madadelete na majority of the Zealots. And you hear that sound? That's the sound of an arbiter. Okay, ito na. So this Arbiter's out is going to be trickier for the Terran. Dahil sa stasis. Hindi lang recall, no? Kasi recall is a nightmare. Yung pumapit sa base mo. But, ang pinaka-deadly talaga, especially during clash, yung stasis. If maraming mas stasis na tanks mo, you know, you're in a lot of trouble. Okay, ito na. Asero trying to bust this army in here. No, but look at that. But this time, look, my mines. So they're really helping out with these zealots. But will these mines be enough? And yun na, stasis has been used. And 5 units of ERW are now frozen. Look at that. Ito diba? Yan sinasabi ko bakit napaka-powerful ng Arbiter stasis. And now, Asero is going to take down his fort base ERW at the 3 o'clock location. Yeah, walang choice. ERW has to float that. He has to retreat. Has to relocate yung mga SCVs. Ako po, sayang yung vessel na pitas. Okay, then there's the turret. Akala ko mapapatay pa yung shuttle. Yeah, now more arbiters are being added. Pero patay sila supply, no? In fairness. Okay, ERW now retaking a fort at the 12 o'clock station. Kaso may observer dito si Asero. So, nakita niya yung expansion location. Expansion attempt. ERW in the end, this CC will just die to natural death by burning. Look at that, no? Kasi nga pula na yung HP ng CC, it's just gonna burn down on its own. Yeah, sa Protoss and Zerg walang ganyan walang burn. Kung pulado, pwede pang mabuhay. Terran, you have to repair. Yeah, it is what it is. So yun ang maganda actually StarCraft, yung variety, like yung playstyle talaga may huge difference between races. Which kind of makes it fun, same time may a bit unfair sometimes. Like example, walang mines yung Protoss, diba? Pero may observer, etc. So may siege tank yung Terran, then Protoss walang unit na may longer range than siege tank. Maybe carrier, not sure kung gaano kahaba yung range. Yeah, so yeah, kanya-kanya. Yeah, yung sinasabi ko kanina about shuttle style and arbiter style. Kasi kung speed shuttle style ka, mostly may mga storms, and yung gas mo imbis sa arbiter mapupunta sa mga high templar, mostly high templar, shuttle, then robotics support, reverse, yung mga ganun. Yun yung preferred playstyle ko ng Protoss. Pero arbiter naman kasi I wouldn't say mas madali, though it feels that way. Kasi nga it makes your units invisible, which is already annoying for Terran. Plus same time yung stasis, napaka-devastating if maraming mas stasis na units, plus yung recall. So kanya-kanya taste siguro. Some say shuttle style is harder. Pero ako personally, mas nahirapan ako manalo with arbiter. Hindi ko alam bakit. Nahirapan ako sa arbiter, sa ilaw na dadalian. Ako hindi. And basta nanalo ako pag shuttle. Anyway, so ano itong blue sa map? So observer, mukhang this arbiter will be attempting a recall. And ito na nga. Recall is going to be used. Full energy 200. Recall. 12 o'clock base, and this base will get destroyed. Ako, walang defense, walang mines, walang anything. And yun na. And this is going to cause a lot of damage. Like ERW, lalo mo. I think this CC will just die, yeah. This CC definitely. ERW just chose to ignore it and instead goes to push. This is a third. Which is actually scary rin, no, for Protoss. Kapag napushan ka, hindi ka makalabas, if you're choked, you could lose the game right there. So now, ERW is defending, also defending his third. Fourth base niya taken down, pero wala siyang army. not any reinforcement in sa base. Nag-unsiege na hindi si erw. Maybe he's going to retreat some of his units or he's going to push. I'm not sure. I think yung smarter move, dapat retreat na lang. You need the base, man. Diba? I mean, your strategy, I mean, kahit sino siguro, kailangan mo ng base. You need the hope to go back to when things go wrong. Kaso hindi, erw decides to go for trade and I'll just have his reinforcements defend. And now, look at that. erw is just losing all his economy, all his workers now down to 22 SCVs. Wala na siyang mining base. Meron pala siya dito under construction, yung fourth base again on the 3 o'clock station. Wala, nako po, this arbiter, these rules are just causing devastating damage to erw right now. Meanwhile, erw is just trying to choke Asero, and yun na nga, nako po, multiple tanks have been stasis. This is not looking good and GG has been called. Yeah, so that's game number 1 between erw Asero. So that's 1 point, it's 1-0 in favor of Asero. And I would say, yeah, that was, I think, ano siya, ano masabi, parang fair fight lang eh. I mean, parang match lang sila. Based on what I saw. Kasi ito mo yung macro nila parehas, I think nagkatalo lang because yung recall is deadly and you outposition. Pas siguro yung decision ni erw to push inside of the fen, maybe yun talaga yung crucial factor. Pero other than that, I think both players are really matched skill wise. So let's move on to game number 2. Alright, so game number 2 between Asero and erw. So spawning here on the upper right side of the map, our Protoss player AseroPH, and on the lower left side of the map, our Terran player erw23432. Ayan, so since losers pick, I think napiling map ni erw, and this map is Attitude, one of the newer maps, and ginagamit sa ladder today and ginamit din sa ASL currently, no? So I would say, and I think and feel, ewan ko na-mention ko na before sa mga previous cast, na mukhang Terran favored map ito. And ito si erw actually likes this map. Pansin ko lang na he likes to pick this map a lot pag may opportunity. One thing is, kasi dahil hawig siya ng polypoid, no? Yeah, parang alternate, parang long lost brother ng polypoid itong Attitude na map. Kasi yung third base na mineral only, ang difference nila is wala yung high ground like sa polypoid. Pero meron pa rin some kind of harang, di ba? So parang polypoid rip-off na yun. Yeah, and most of our Pinoy players just love polypoid as a map. So yun siguro yung isang reason kaya pinili ni erw, maliban sa strong ang Terran sa map na to, especially PvP. Yun lang ang tingin ko. Wala akong basis na data or what. I just think na ganun. Okay. Gasless Expo. Racks Expand ang gagawin ni erw, and yan, may kita ni Asero. Yan na, CC na to. CC. Come on. Ay, delay niya konti. Finake niya yung gas. What? Kinancel pa. Naku, I don't know. Sana tinuloy. I think that tinuloy na lang. Na-delay tuloy. Kaya sana tinuloy na lang ni erw. So okay rin yung gas na yun. Then CC. Muna yung gas a little bit. Merong variation ng Racks Expand na ganun. But yeah. Now, yan, dahil nakita ni Asero yun, so yan, napakaaga din ng Nexus ni Asero. Siguro ito yung ina-avoid ni erw. Nasabayan siya ng Nexus ng kanyang Protoss opponent. Pero wala na, too late na hero. Na-scout na rin. And yeah, ahead si Asero ng 3 workers. Yeah, so this command center will finish faster than the Nexus. So siguro mapapantay pa ni erw itong worker count, or maybe lumamang siya a little bit. And the Dragoon is out for Asero, going to try to kill that SCV. Nakabutan. Yeah, 6 shots. Okay, now may bunker na si erw. Now trying to rebuild yung napatay na SCV dito. Try to catch up. Yeah, I'm surprised na talagang lumamang si, parang nawala yung advantage ni erw. Normally nag-cut siguro ng worker si erw. Kasi ang reason na you go rocks expand para maging ahead ka sa worker, pero wala na lamang si Asero initially, even before he planted the Nexus. Kaya parang yun, suddenly nawala agad yung advantage. Pero I don't know, no? Kasi nalimutan ko na rin yung worker difference and yung timing sa pag-cut. So maybe ganun talaga. Kapag nag-rocks expand, magka-cut konti. I really forgot. Hindi ko na ma-practice masyado. But yeah, anyway. So yun na nangyari. Now, okay, we're seeing a robotics being added. 2 gates na. Kasi Asero. And there's this Dragoon here just waiting for the range to finish. Then kakatok na siya dito sa base ni erw. Okay, erw is just patrolling with this Marine, trying to look for any possible proxy or maybe hidden ninja base. Yeah, and grabe yung worker difference. Just 4 workers gap. 4 to 6 workers ang difference nila right now. This Marine still patrolling. Okay, may observatory na si Asero, so okay, siege. Man. Hindi pa rin nag-build ng observer si Asero, pero may observatory na. Speaking of. And now, grabe na, palaki ng gap ng workers. 5 workers na yung gap nila. From 5 to 7. Yeah, kailangan hindi mag-skip ng SCV si erw. Okay, now, third Nexus being taken by Asero. So, this is later than kung ano sana yung I mean, I'm trying to say is pwede sana earlier tong third Nexus kasi maaga niya nakuha yung second. Yun lang sasabihin. Pero he chose to play it this way, so maybe gusto niya mag-play safe lang, focus sa units and all. Okay, 5th gateway being added. Meanwhile, erw is now going to 4 factories, and this observer will be able to get in since isa lang turret dito. Probably kung mahanapan niya ng angle over here, makakalusot yung observer, pero hindi niya forward. Okay, forward na niya. Okay, then Asero just pulls back. Kasi time and nag-try pa rin naghahanap ng entry point. Ako po, tik na yun. just a hit, just one more hit. And nakapasok si Zero, nagka-intel. May kita niya ang factory count, exactly what ERW is doing. So 4 factories. Ano yung response ni Zero? And just pylons just macroing up, and a bit of dancing probe right here. Okay, 7 gates. And Zealot legs are being researched. Ayan, lalaki na talaga ng gap ng workers nila. Okay, move on to ERW. So ilang tanks to? 6 tanks. And 5 vultures going to move out. Yung legs almost done. There's an observer here, so monitor niya saan pupunta si ERW. Yeah, this is going to be tricky. So umikot si ERW. Okay, he's going to push this side. Look at that. Then sinasabayan na ni Asero. And may legs na yata, no? Yeah, tapos na yung legs. Ako po. I think, honestly, this push is going to get crushed. Plus, delikado tong mines. Pag pumapak ang Zealot dito, I think dapat dito yung tanke ni ERW. Yeah, there's a shuttle going to bomb those Zealots on top of these tanks. May observer din, kita niya yung location ng mga mines. Oh, Zero just being patient, waiting for the right time. Ito na, bomb niya yung Zealots on top of the right. Tanks just getting killed. Friendly fire ng sariling mines. Yeah, ganda ng mga bombs ni Zero killing already 2-3 tanks. And yeah, this push, sabi mo, wipe talaga sa, yeah. But I don't know, siguro yun nga, yung biggest factor talaga yung mines dito katabi ng tank. Okay, this is a good Zealot wall. Dito lang yung makadaan ng vulture. Kasi normally, after mga ganong push, follow-up ng Terran is vultures and going to try to run by para maka-catch up if nag-fail yung push. Pero, this was a good block by Asero. Napakadaming Zealots. Ginawa niyang wall. Okay, still on 4 factories, going to 5. Yeah, I guess hindi sapat yung 4 factories if gagawa ng push. Parang sabi nga ni Artosis, may sinabi na common daw yung 4 factory, then get third kaysa mag-push. Pag-push, normally 5-6 factories. Okay, there's this one Dragoon blocking vultures from going up. So, mukhang kukuha na. Ito na nga. Sabi ko lang mukhang kukuha ng fort. Kumuha lang nga ng fort. Asero. And Asero is now taking up to Arbiter. Look at that. So, vultures still trying to be annoying, trying to get some damage done. Itong Nexus, I just realized, almost dead na pala. Naligtas pa ni Asero. Just realized, just now nung na-click ko. Okay, now going to 7 factories. ERW Science Facility being built. So para yan sa mga additional upgrades. Moving out from... Alam, wala pa palang upgrades ERW. +0 pa rin. Yeah, both players +0. Okay, let's scan to try to snipe an observer here. ERW is trying to push this fort base. Can I just secure show with a bit of pines here? Yeah, what's the plan? Like, definitely aakyat si Asero doon. Hindi niya pwedeng hayaan masira lang yung base na yan. Konti masyado to. I think this army will just get deleted. Wala pang army masyado si ERW. Oh, okay. So, counter-attack ang gagawin ni Asero instead of defending. Abot na tank. Abot ang kanan pala yung tank. And yan na. Asero going for the counter-attack dito sa mineral only. Ni ERW, walang ka-mines, just 2 tanks. Wala. Lift off talaga to. Okay, so few units ni Asero are going to be pulled back to defend. Pero yan, wasak ni ERW fort. Pero at the cost of his third not being able to mine. Let's see if how he can defend. Well, mahirap naman pasukan to because of the mines. Yeah, so nag-trade sila 1-1. Eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. And ERW is going to try to push this third base. So actually, if ma-push ni ERW itong base na to, lamang na talaga si ERW. But same time, yun nga, by having units here, that means you have less in your base. So yung counter attack potential is huge. And ito na nga, mukhang masisira yung Nexus. Hindi pala abot. Yeah, this Nexus is about to fall. Kailangan mag-target ERW to. So Asero is now trying to find an angle where he could engage this Terran army. Kaso wala pang any mines and arbiters out. It's going to be tricky for ERW now. Plus, okay, wala pang stasis energy available. And napapesa na dito si Asero. And Asero diving in with the shuttle and Zealots on top of the tanks. Okay, the Nexus has been taken down. So may advantage ERW, but yeah. Let's see, ano ang gagawin? Okay. This is actually very good kay ERW. Now 70 workers siya. Yung kaninang disadvantage siya sa worker count suddenly. No, wow, on point. No worker count. Nahabol niya. Nalamangan pa nga niya. Si Asero. Okay, so this is now not looking good for Asero. Yeah, I think goods yung counter pero maybe hindi niya dapat hinayaan tong Terran army makapwesto like this. But he has an arbiter now. Kaya is definitely may pwede siyang tricks gawin and he decides to just go for a counter attack. So si Asero now retaking a third pero this time sa 3 o'clock location. Kasi nga with this Terran army on this side it's going to be impossible. And ako hindi na cancel yung weapons upgrade there sa forge and yan na. Asero going for an attack once again dito sa mineral only location ni ERW kaso wala masyadong mines si ERW. Yung mines na dito sa location but no mines here sa third, so Asero can easily bust this. And the press ulit lift off third pero okay, meron pa siyang base dito. Hindi ko napansin, kumuha siya. Kaya timing it. Anyway, Asero is going to try to get that CC kaso the CC is burning in red now. Naligtas pa ni ERW so good job sa kanya doon pero na-disrupt ni Asero yung mining ni ERW. So, lamang ang Terran economically dito sa situation na to. And in fact, sa supplier rin lamang talaga yung Terran. So, Asero needs to find a way. Kailangan niya mag-magic dito. Kailangan niya mahabol yung expansion. He has to be 2 bases. He wants at least 1 base ahead. Pero very good kapag kaya mo mag 2 base ahead sa Terran. Kasi, you know, you need to have more stuff than Terran always because mas cost efficient ang Terran units versus Protoss units. So talagang expect na you're going to have to throw away units just to trade against Terran. But yeah, suddenly, you know, talagang lamang na lamang si ERW. Akala ko gunners siya dun eh. But yeah, nagawa niya ng paraan. So he really knows what he's doing. At tanong, anong gagawin ni Asero dito? Yeah, building a really scary army. Si ERW dito. ERW already 1-1. Upgrade advantage. Then soon, okay. 2-1, almost finished. Si Asero, hindi talaga makatayo din ng base dito. May mines, tapos may tanks pa. Really annoying. yeah, what's the plan here? And okay, so we'll now try to dive in and kill this small Terran army na annoying kanina pa sa 12 o'clock. Wow, 74 workers versus 14. Oh, recall! Because we used it sa main. Now, maybe ito yung turning point. This is very annoying for Terran. And BRW needs to fall back and defend. Naku po, wala siyang defense. This could be his downfall. Yung lamang ni ERW suddenly, baka mamaya dito pa siya mayari. Dito sa one single recall. Ginawa na Zero, pero yan, ERW just decided to go for attack instead of defending. Not sure how that would work out. Normally, lamang talaga Protoss sa mga ganitong situation. But, you know, there are Terrans who could really pull this off, and maybe, ito yung game na yun. No. The stasis on the vessel and the siege tank, and a couple more tanks getting frozen. Dami, okay. Dami na stasis, so good stasis there by Asero, disabling all the vision, and GG's been called. Yeah, in my opinion, talagang lamang na lamang si ERW this game. It's just that yun, yung decision na pag-attack, I think that's what cost him the game. Kasi tingnan mo yung base, 3 base versus 3, and in fact 4 base, diba? I think yun lang and syempre good job sa recall. It disrupted ERW's day. Pero yung winning position dito nasa talagang favored kay ERW itong stage of the game, yung itong situation rather. But yeah, syempre recall just gets in our head. I know because I'm a Terran player too. Yeah, so good job to Asero. So nagawa niya yung mind tricks na yun, and GG well played kay ERW. So it's now 2-0 in favor of AseroPH. So thank you everyone for watching, thank you for supporting, and please hit like and subscribe para ma-support yung channel and yung Pinoy StarCraft in general, and see you guys on the next video.